Yo, what's up everyone? Version 3.2 beta for Honkai Star Rail just dropped. And you know what that means? Yup, we finally have the official kits for Castorice and Anaxa. Today we're diving deep into Castorice. Her kit, how she works, what is her best relic set? Yes, if you think this quantum set is her best, you are wrong. The best team compositions and her pros and cons. And also going to tackle the rumor about Sunday not being good with her at all. And oh boy, that's the most wildest rumor I heard and people really believe that. So stay tuned. And guess what? I'll be covering Anaxa in the next video, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out. Trust me, you're going to want to stick around. Castorice is hands down the most hyped character in Honkai Star Rail's Amphorious Trailblazing arc. Her ability to annihilate enemies with just a touch? Ever since her debut, Blade has really wanted her to touch him. And now that she's playable, her kit is just as wild as we hoped. Castorice is a 5-star character on the path of remembrance with the quantum element. Let's break down her abilities, but real quick, if you enjoy deep dives like this, check out my video on Triby's comparison with other Harmony characters. The link's in the description. Alright, back to Castorice. Basic attack. Lament is the Dead Sea's Ripple. Single target. Deals quantum damage equal to 25%, up to 70% at max level, of her max HP to a single enemy. Simple, straightforward, nothing too fancy here. Skill Silence is the Butterfly's Caress. Blast. Consumes 40% of all allies' current health and deals quantum damage based on her max HP to a primary target and adjacent enemies. And yeah, if your team doesn't have enough health, she'll drop them to 1 GP, so, pro tip, bring a top-tier healer unless you enjoy living on the edge. Think Jingly You, but way more health hungry. Alternate skill. Skeleclaw the Doomdrake's Embrace. AoE. When dead dragons on the field, her skill evolves into this. It consumes 50% of your allies' health, but turns into an area of effect attack, hitting up to 5 enemies. So she basically goes from destruction vibes to full-on erudition with that AoE. Wild, right? Ultimate Death's Roar becomes Renaissance's Bell, summons the Memosprite Dead Dragon and creates the Lost Netherland territory, decreasing all enemies' resistance. The catch? You need 100% charge, much like RMC's mechanic. So sometimes you'll get it fast, other times, let's just say patience is a virtue. Talent Desolation, that traverses her palms, enhance. This one's spicy. For every point of HP your team loses, Castorice gains Stamen Nova stacks, boosting damage. This effect can stack up to 3 times, lasting for 3 turns. But when Dead Dragon's out, she stops gaining stacks, and instead Dead Dragon heals up from your HP loss. It's a balance between self-sacrifice and massive damage potential. Technique. Wail, the Prelude to Demise. Activates Death Addle, making enemies too scared to approach her. Relatable, honestly. Enter combat. Dead Dragon shows up instantly. No ultimate charge grind? Yes, please. Although Dead Dragon starts with current HP equal to 50% of max Stamen Nova. After entering battle instead of 100%, he also consumes 40% of all allies' current HP and advances action by 100%. Extra passive Sanctuary of the Lunar Cocoon. When an ally is about to be knocked out, they get one last turn to act. It's like a mini self-revive, clutch during intense battles. So all allies that received a killing blow in this action enter the Lunar Cocoon state. Characters in Lunar Cocoon delay becoming downed and can take 1 action normally. After the action, if they receive healing or have a shield before their next turn, Lunar Cocoon is removed. So in other words, if your character is down and somehow gets a heal, your character will be instantly revived if not been healed within that 1-turn limit. Let's say rest in peace, brother. This talent is really good just like Gepard or Bailu. It's like an extra safeguard, you can say. Let's talk about her trace's Memosprite Dead Dragon Pollux. Stats-wise, she focuses on critical rate, 18.6%, quantum damage boost, 14.4%, and critical damage, 13.3%. Let's move to her traces. T1 Darktide contained. When Castorice or Dead Dragon maintains 50% or more of their maximum HP, their respective speed increases by 40%. This significant speed boost allows them to cycle turns faster, making it crucial for both offense and sustain strategies. T2 Inverted Torch. When Dead Dragon is not on the field, excess healing applied to each ally restores an equivalent amount of Stamen Nova. When Dead Dragon is on the field, excess healing instead restores Dead Dragon's HP. Note: each restoration is capped at 15% of the maximum Stamen Nova or Dead Dragon's maximum HP, ensuring balanced sustain without excessive recovery abuse. T3, where the West Wind dwells. Upon Dead Dragon's departure from the battlefield, all allies recover HP equal to 10% of Castorice's maximum HP, 250 flat healing. This automatic team-wide heals provides essential survivability, making timing Dead Dragon's exit strategically valuable. Okay now, we are finally going to talk about the star of the show, or should I say Castorice's pet dragon Pollux. Summons the Memosprite Dead Dragon and advances its action by 100%. At the same time, it creates the territory Lost Netherland, which decreases all enemies' all-type resistance by 10%, up to 25% at higher levels. If Castorice's DMG boost effect from her talent is active, that boost is also extended to Dead Dragon, allowing for stronger coordinated attacks. Dead Dragon enters the battlefield with a speed of 140 and a max HP equal to 100% of Stamen Nova's maximum HP. This ensures it can act quickly while sustaining multiple turns. After Dead Dragon acts 3 times or its HP reaches 0, it disappears from the field and the Lost Netherland territory is dispelled. This is the core mechanic behind Pollux's kit and how he operates on the battlefield. Moving on to his skill set, Dead Dragon has 2 primary abilities that focus on quantum damage and battlefield control. The first ability, Rend the Realm Beneath, deals quantum DMG to all enemies. Its damage scales off Castorice's max HP starting at 15.0% and increasing to 42.0% at max level. This skill is straightforward but effective, allowing consistent AoE damage across multiple turns without resource constraints. The second ability, Dim's Cork Breath, is more complex but significantly more powerful. It consumes 25% of Dead Dragon's max HP to deal quantum DMG to all enemies, scaling from 15.0% to 53.2% of Castorice's max HP at max level. What makes this skill unique is that using it does not end Dead Dragon's turn, enabling consecutive uses. Repeated activations enhance the ability's power until the dragon disappears. If Dead Dragon's HP falls below 25%, using Dim Scorch Breath will automatically trigger the talent Ebon Wings over Scorched Ruins for a massive damage payoff. Notably, if Dead Dragon lacks enough HP to pay the cost, it will drop to 1 GP instead of preventing the attack, ensuring that you never miss an opportunity to deal damage. Dead Dragon's talents further complement its offensive and defensive potential. Moonshelled Vessel provides a protective shield-like effect for the team. While Dead Dragon is on the field, allies cannot be reduced below 1 GP from incoming damage. Instead, Dead Dragon absorbs the brunt of the blow, taking 500% of the original damage intended for allies until it disappears. This allows for risk-free aggressive plays, ensuring the team's survival during heavy-hitting enemy phases. Another crucial talent, Desolation Broken by Bellows, triggers when Dead Dragon is summoned. It increases all allies' damage by 10% for 2 turns, offering immediate team-wide offensive support without additional setup. Finally, Ebon Wings over Scorched Ruins activates when Dead Dragon disappears, either by exhausting its actions or losing all HP. This talent delivers 6 instances of quantum DMG to random enemies, with each hit scaling from 25.0% to 70.0% of Castorice's max HP at max level. It's a powerful finisher, ensuring Dead Dragon's exit leaves a lasting impact on the battlefield. Overall, Pollux's kit revolves around maintaining strong AoE pressure, damage mitigation, and team support. His abilities encourage a high-risk, high-reward playstyle, balancing self-sacrifice mechanics with burst damage potential that can turn the tide of battle. Let's talk about Eidolons. Her Eidolons push her damage scaling even further. E1 Snowland's Holy Maiden entombs with memories. With every use of Dim Scorch Breath, Dead Dragon's damage dealt increases by 30%. This effect stacks up to 6 times and lasts until the end of the turn. This means that repeated uses of Dim Scorch Breath in a single turn can significantly ramp up Dead Dragon's damage output, especially when combined with action advancements and proper turn manipulation. At maximum stacks, Dead Dragon becomes a massive source of burst AoE damage, rewarding aggressive playstyles. E2 and Crowns with Flowers Aflutter. Upon summoning the Memosprite Dead Dragon, Castorice gains 2 stacks of Ardent Will. These stacks serve a dual purpose. First, they can offset Dead Dragon's HP consumption, allowing for the frequent use of Dim Scorch Breath without draining its health. Second, consuming Ardent Will advances Castorice's action by 100%, enabling her to act immediately after summoning the dragon. Additionally, the next enhanced skill, Castorice uses deals 100% more damage, turning this Eidolon into a crucial tool for synergy and turn manipulation. With proper timing, E2 allows seamless chaining of high damage abilities without losing tempo. E4. Anne sleeps in elegies. Better. While Castorice remains on the battlefield, all allies benefit from an incoming healing increase of 20% whenever their HP is restored. This Eidolon enhances team survivability, making sustained-based strategies even more effective. In prolonged fights, the additional healing boost ensures that the team stays healthy, complementing Castorice's defensive utility through Dead Dragon's damage mitigation and survivability-focused mechanics. E6, and waits for time to uncocoon, unfetters. This final Eidolon unlocks Castorice's full potential. Whenever Castorice or Dead Dragon deals damage, it increases quantum resistance penetration by 20%, allowing for harder-hitting quantum attacks against even high-resistance enemies. The most significant enhancement, however, is that Dead Dragon no longer disappears automatically after taking an action. This means that Dead Dragon stays on the field indefinitely until its HP is fully depleted, allowing for continuous AoE pressure, extended use of territory effects, and longer defensive coverage through its damage absorption talents. Combined with earlier Eidolons, E6 transforms Castorice into a powerhouse capable of sustained damage, team-wide buffs, and constant battlefield presence. Alright, let's talk about how Castorice works and what her best build and team are, because honestly, she's wild. It's like the devs grabbed every character archetype they could think of. Destruction, erudition, nihility, you name it. And just mashed them together. At first glance, she might seem a bit tedious. I mean, 40% to 50% HP consumption? That's a lot. Without proper sustain, especially a solid healer, things can get really frustrating. Like, one wrong hit from the enemy and boom, you're gone. You feel me, right? So, here's my recommendation. Get a top-tier healer. Right now, Luocha is the best pick. His instant healing keeps your team topped off effortlessly. Huhu can work too, and honestly, any healer that can quickly restore your team's HP will make a huge difference. For the Relic set, Poet of Morning Collapse. Yes, this set. Tell me I'm afraid to tell you guys is not even close to her best in slots. Let me explain. So here's the deal with this set. 2-piece. Increases quantum DMG by 10%. Really good, like really, really good. But the 4-piece set is the problem here. 4-piece decreases the wearer's SPD by 8%. Before entering battle, if the wearer's SPD is lower than 110/95, increases the wearer's crit rate by 20%/32%. This effect applies to the wearer's Memosprite at the same time. And you might think, what's the problem with that, right? With less speed, I can just have more crit rate, so she will be easier to build. But here you are wrong. If you followed the video, then you already know about her trace ability. Dark Tide Contained. This trace increases her and her dragon's respective SPD by 40% if Castorice or Dead Dragon's respective HP is at 50% or higher. So it will be harder for you to maintain that 95 speed. Since other traces help you to sustain your dragon HP above 50% most of the time, and if you're using a really good healer, then goodbye that passive. Since 40% you can get from the trace, and you can manage 5% from Relic substate, right? So Castorice is going to be a speed-based DPS character, even though you are going using HP boot. So her main stat is going to be like this: feet HP percent, or speed, body CR or CD, whatever you need. Planar sphere quantum damage bonus, link rope HP percent. As for Relic and Planar, I could be wrong here, but in my opinion. Right now she don't have any dedicated Relic set, but you can use 2 piece-to-piece combo of quantum and HP, or you can just use Poet of Morning Collapse 4-piece set. I know he's going to be harder to maintain, but it is what it is. As for Planar, this new Planar. Eidonia's Deathward Bone Chains is her best in slot, no question asked. Now, let's clear the air about the rumors going around. Yeah, I'm talking about the one saying that Sunday doesn't work well with Castorice. Let me just stop you right there. Sunday is hands down the best support for her right now. People are complaining that Sunday makes the Dead Dragon disappear too quickly because of the action advancements. But here's the thing, that's the point. Advancing Dead Dragon's turns means you can start Castorice's ultimate charge faster. Since as long as Dead Dragon is on the field, you can't charge her ultimate. So if it disappears quickly, then you will able to charge her ultimate sooner, and then you use her ultimate once again faster, letting you resummon Dead Dragon more often. You don't need to worry about losing. Damage is not about stack, so as long as Dead Dragon consume. HP or Castorice's consume allies. HP, your Dead Dragon will do damage, so you are not losing stacks here because her stack is generating before the Dead Dragon ever appear. So people who are talking about that will lose charge stack if you advance the dragon. The thing is, as long as Dead Dragon is on the field, you are not able to charge. This is funny. Think about it this way. Each time Dead Dragon or Castorice uses a skill, HP is consumed. More HP consumed. More damage dealt. Dead Dragon sticks around for 3 turns, and with Sunday's support, you can cycle through those turns faster, which is exactly what you want. Also, you're not going to lose any damage because of that. If I have the option to use Dead Dragon 3 times in a 4-cycle scenario with Sunday versus just twice without him, I'll take the 3 times every single day. More ultimate, more damage. Plain and simple. Yes, I totally get that this method is HP heavy and can be tricky to manage. But that's where strategy and skill building come into play. You've got to think about your team comp, rotate abilities smartly, and time those heals. Castorice's kit even includes some built-in survivability, so as long as you've got that solid healer, you're golden. Now, for that 4th slot, I still believe RMC is the better pick, especially if you don't need them in another team like Herda's. But hey, if you've got E1 Tribby, that's a solid choice too. Just remember, E1 Tribby is where her real value kicks in. Without it, you're better off sticking with RMC. Bottom line, Sunday Castorice Chef's Kiss. Healer is non-negotiable, Luocha or Huhu highly recommended. For the 4th slot, RMC Tribby, unless you've got E1 Tribby. So yeah, throw those rumors out the window. Sunday's synergy with Castorice is insane if you know how to play around it. So is Castorice worth pulling for? Absolutely. If you love high-risk, high-reward playstyles with a sprinkle of drama. Just be ready to babysit your team's health bar like it's your life mission. Again, it's just Beta 1 with upcoming beta changes. Her kit might be completely different from what we are seeing right now, so you need to take everything with a giant grain of salt. And don't forget, I'll be covering Anaxa next, so make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss it. Got thoughts on Castorice? Drop them in the comments. I love hearing your takes. Oh, and if you haven't seen my beginner's guide to Honkai Star Rail yet, seriously, what are you doing? Links down below, it'll save you tons of time. Alright, I'm off to grind some Stellar Jade. Until next time, thanks for watching. Peace out.
七球球们扎头挖坑，8球球来拿。